Okay, y'all, my tray is empty. Can you believe it? I went through almost all of the fragrances that were on this tray from the last video. There were two that I didn't wear that I'm going to tell you about in a second, and then we're going to go to the shelves and we're going to populate this tray for the next, I don't know, I should probably just start calling these monthly tray videos because the fact of the matter is I've gone through the tray in about a month. I hadn't anticipated doing it that way. I was thinking these were just going to be up next fragrances that I thought should get some love over the next 6 to 8 weeks, but it's kind of turned into a monthly-ish, maybe 4 to 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks tray. Anyway, so there were two fragrances this month that I did not wear. Everything else that was on the tray before got worn. And the first one is Virgin Mint. So this was on the tray twice and didn't get worn twice. And I think it's mostly because I associate this with really warm weather, although it wears beautifully in the winter also. So I can't explain to you why I haven't worn this. I did reach for it. I sniffed it and then chose others. I still really, really enjoy this fragrance. So it's just going to go back on the shelf and maybe come back out to play another day. I also have yet to wear BDK Creme de Cuir, which is gorgeous. A nice suede, bright, buttery fragrance. And then there's like a bright citrusy opening. And so I believe there's vanilla in the fragrance as well. It's very, very classy. It's very classy. It's very mindful. It's very demure. It's very cutesy. That's not even the accent of the person that created that whole thing. How did I just put like a Jersey / Long Island accents on that? But anyway, this one's going back on the tray. Now let's go to the shelves and see what else is going to make the cut for this tray. So this time I'm actually going to start on my House of Sillage shelf here, which needs dusting. If you remember, the miracle was that I actually dusted all my other shelves. This one has not gotten dusted, so excuse it and its nastiness. And these poor girls are like, do you really want us in this horrid, undusted environment? This is tragic. But that's not what we're here for. I am going to choose Batman. I may choose the old Batman so that I can use it. This is upside down is what this is. But this is the old Batman. And it's the exact same formula as the new Batman in the new packaging, the 85th anniversary packaging. Same thing. And it's a little bit like Lancome's Oud Bouquet, that same kind of vibe, except it's a lot sort of lighter and thinner in texture and easier to wear and really, really pretty. So this one is going on the tray to represent the House of Sillage lineup. Let's do it. All right, and we know she's going to be a shorty, so we're going to put her here at the front. Let's keep going. Okay, we are in the linen closet where I have all of my floral, musky, rosy fragrances back there, fruity florals in here, and a variety of other floral fragrances, and then my heavy musk Tiziana Terenzi-ish, and her cousins and friends and things over here. There's citrus up there. Let's see, we have our summer florals, like our tropical garden type of florals, and then other fragrances that have that same kind of vibe. We have our beachy-ish types or ocean air or bright summer air fragrances right in here. And I'm not even going to mess with this corner. Oh, that's not true. That's not true. This is the corner that has like coconutty vibes. I am actually going to pull out Miss Ariana Grande's Cloud 2.0 Intense, which is like the regular Cloud, except it has a very, very creamy coconut note. So that one is going to go on the tray. Here in the Tropical Garden section, I think I'm going to pull out Alien Goddess Intense. I don't even remember if I wore this summer, but I really do like this. I don't think I want anything from my citrus collection here. I want to give that a break because I went heavy on these in the summer and kind of sickened myself of citruses and then ended up like clearing out a lot of citrus fragrances and giving them away. So let's go down here. I think from this lineup, one fragrance I didn't give a lot of love to this summer, but is really fantastic for all year, especially cold weather, is this Soleil de Jeddah, the Mango. Is it called Mango Kiss? Is that the name? What are you called? Yes, that is the name of it. Mango Kiss. Really super strong, if I remember correctly, musky, deep fragrance, really strong, even has a little bit of powderiness, at least on nozzle sniff. Back here in the overall florals, I've got like tuberoses and then gardenia and magnolia fragrances mixed up in here, and then fragrances that have jasmine or other floral notes over yonder. Here, who would like to be worn? Raise your hand. You know what I haven't worn in a long time and is calling my name is this buttery, super buttery, really grown tuberose here, Fracas from Robert Piguet. And this also has some peachy tones, if I'm not mistaken. Something that's sort of like a fruity undertone, but it's really largely, in my mind, a deep, very sexy, sultry tuberose. Okay, here in the frutal flory. fruity floral section. Oh, wait a minute, you guys. This is new. This is new. Amouage Sunshine. Do you remember the videos that I've started to do where I'm like giving fragrances that I first disliked a second chance? And this is one of those. And I said in that video that I changed my mind on this fragrance and wanted to get a full bottle. And so let's put this one on the tray. I'll tell you, this is not a summer fragrance, even though it looks like it by the bottle and the name. For me, this is a fall and winter, deeply like fuzzy fruity, tobacco-y, something or other kind of fragrance. Let's put that on the shelf. Over here, let's choose a rose. I don't know why, but this beauty is calling to me. I still think this is one of the prettiest rose fragrances on the market, and it does have a touch of fruitiness. What is your formal name? I think it's Rose Extase, and I think the bottle is super pretty, and one that had a lot of love on YouTube for a long time, and not a whole lot of people are talking about this one anymore. I hear Tammy Roxanne talking about this and maybe some others, but by and large, she has fallen off the shelf, so to speak, and people have started to declutter her, but I think she's really pretty. Do I want something from this sort of musky corner? These are combined to me because they have strong musk notes, even though there are different types of florals among them. You know, I haven't given Greenwich Village love lately, and it's beautiful. Fruity, and there's some flowers, some florals in here. It's musky. There's some clean notes. For me, this has this really kind of like super airy vibe. Even a little woodiness in the base. I don't know, I think it's super sexy. And even though mostly women wear it, for me it's a very unisex scent in a lot of ways. The reason I'm pausing is because I'm looking at these fragrances here that have like honey or a honey feel to them, and maybe wanting to choose one of those. For example, I have not worn Elisab Le Parfum in a while, which is absolutely super duper grown up, heavily mature, kind of matronly floral fragrance that has some honey notes, if I remember correctly. I want to say it has some amber too. I don't quite recall, but this one is gorgeous. Not for the faint of heart, and definitely not for those of you that are not into you. If you tend to call fragrances grandma scents, you're not going to like this because this is a mature scent. So this is going on the tray. Let's see how we're going to fit these on. We're going to put Tall Girls in the back. If you haven't watched one of these videos, you're not going to believe how many fragrances I can stuff onto this tray with absolutely zero shame. Let's keep going. Okay, you may remember that this shelf up here has both my Iris lineup and then just some other sort of hodgepodge scents that I have a hard time fitting into other categories. I do want to wear this one, Hypnotizing Fire from the Harmonist. So we're going to pull that off of the shelf. Y'all, this is one of the strongest, most sexy, alluring fragrances that I can't even describe. It has... what kind of, there's some sort of spicy note. I forget. I think it's like is it a pimento note? I'll put it on the screen if I remember. And I feel like it's fruity and woody and all kinds of sexiness. I can't even describe it. It like defies description, and that's part of the reason that it's up on this shelf. And then I think from over in this corner, I have not shown my Black Orchids love recently. I'm going to go with the original Black Orchid. I have the Parfum version back there, and this one is Voile de Fleur, which is a flanker that I have very good memories of from date night with husband when, you know, we were in dating mode and looking into each other's eyes across the table kind of deal. But let's get these two on the shelf. I meant let's get them on the tray. So actually, I think this one's going to be taller, so let's go back there in the back. Here's where things start to get fun as you start to figure out how many fragrances can Veronica put on the Lazy Susan. On this shelf are some vanillas, some floral vanillas, some very sort of sexy date night vanillas, like the Femme Fatales are up here. I have the herbal I guess that's right, but like the aromatic vanillas or vanillas that have aromatic notes. And then these are kind of powdery, fluffy fragrances that I just wasn't sure where else to put, but they have that in common. Looking over here in this corner, I'm going to put Commodity Milk on the tray. If you haven't tried milk and you like marshmallow notes, fluffy with a little tiny bit of woodiness and milkiness, it doesn't get better than that. And the Plus version, which is I think on the shelf below, some of my favorites, and I've talked about them ad nauseum in other videos, so you'll see them again, but I haven't put them in fall videos so far just to give some new fragrances a chance. But man, is it gorgeous. Let me tell y'all something, okay? This is Burberry Goddess, and I did go ahead and buy the Intense. It is on the way. I ended up getting a smaller bottle. I know the Intense is getting intense hate from the fragrance community. I happen to like it, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I like Burberry Goddess Intense, and that's that. Like my girl Rose Ayala likes to say, that's that. Okay, let's put Liebe Intense on there as well. This has the lavender of the original, and it has a deeper vanilla base to it, and it's just very pretty. So we'll do Milk and Liebe Intense. Any of y'all want to come up on a tray? What's going on? Who's up? Who's up to be worn? Let's talk about it. Oh my goodness. He's such a dork. We're gonna put Original Shoe. Look at her. She's gonna go on the shelf too. If you don't know this fragrance, or if you're listening to Fragcom hate about it and you haven't tried it, try it out for your dang self and see what you think. Super sexy fragrance. Anybody over here want to play too? Let's see. Let's get good old mercurial cashmere from Electimus off the shelf. Powdery tuberose. I think there's a big base of vanilla, if I remember, and some woodiness. Very pretty fragrance. All right, so let's see where these go. I know Good Girl's in the back. She's tall and she's proud. This one wants to be a model. We're gonna call her the Tyra Banks of the group. There she goes. Let's get Milk in there. This one is tall, the Liebe Intense. Ooh, Mercurial Cashmere is the tallest. Wait a minute. Okay, here we go. We're gonna put her in the back next to Tyra. This is Naomi Campbell and Tyra Banks back here. All right, y'all get along now. Okay, and this shelf has some sort of fall and winter gourmand types of fragrances. Who is interested in being on the tray this month? I've worn a number of these recently. I'm gonna wear this one, Velvet Tonka. This was gifted to me by my girl Liz here at Naturally Liz, and it's very special to me because now it reminds me of her, along with another gorgeous fragrance that she gave me. So thank you, Liz. I will wear this in your honor. And then from over here, I did get Devotion Intense. This is the regular Devotion. I have a travel spray of the Devotion Intense, and it's quite nice. It does honestly remind me a lot of this. This one is a little bit more sharp on the citrus, which is great. And whatever you're in the mood for. Let us go with, I don't know, I'm confused. I wore this one recently, Amber Vanilla from Seven Virtues. Very, very pretty. Amber Vanilla. And I think it has sandalwood in it too that I don't think a lot of people talk about. Let's go with Unknown Pleasures. I haven't worn that in a good long time. Let's then go down to this shelf, which has a lot of the fall and winter spicy types of fragrances. This is my chocolate row over here. These are like sultry, spicy vanillas. I mean, yeah, and some of them have incense in them as well. What are y'all? What are y'all doing? What's in common with you guys? I don't know if they have anything in common. There are some powdery aspects to these fragrances too. Over here in spicy territory, I haven't worn Angel Share. Let's just go on and pull out Angel Share again. Gosh, almost like a beautiful cinnamon bomb, cinnamon vanilla, I believe. I think there's amber in here, woodiness, and it's beautiful fall, like the apple pie fall boozy. Is there rum in here? I think there's rum in here too. This and Oajan are very similar to me. This one from Parfums de Marly, Oajan. I featured this in my Fall All-Stars video. Very similar vibes, along with this one, Ambre d'Alexandrie from Boucheron. So let's put Angel Share on. I haven't worn Side Effect in a minute. I really think of it more as like a deep winter fragrance, but let's go ahead and put Side Effect on. Cinnamon, rum, and a tobacco. Let's go ahead and put Fragrance du Bois Voyage à Paris Voyage à Paris on the tray. This is really heavy on vanilla. I think there's a boozy note in here as well, and then woodiness as well, but I just love the way that this dries down. It's absolutely gorgeous. And is that enough for this shelf, or do we want one more because it's the season for it? How about Mancera's Choco Violette, which, yes, has a violet note, and it has a very dry, powdery chocolate note. Vanilla. Yeah, you guys, this gives me such a really distinct smell of, do you guys remember Ovaltine? Kind of like a mix between that and Quick powder. Did you all ever use Nestle Quick to make chocolate milk as kids? Me and my sisters did. We drank a glass of milk with Nestle chocolate Quick powder in it every single morning. Okay, here's where things start to get slightly tricky as we load this up. And in case you're wondering, Veronica, how can you wear all of these fragrances? I just do. Honestly, I wear like one a day. Sometimes I will wear something in the morning before I shower and at night as well. So that's, you know, potentially 3 fragrances in a day. And then I'm always testing new stuff. So sometimes I will reserve an arm to test a fragrance. So I get it in, y'all. I make it work. Let's put you back in there. We're going to fit another 10 fragrances on here. You watch me. I will do it. No one's going to tell me no. No one's going to put baby in the corner. Okay, so then down here we have ambery and sandalwood fragrances and then some baccarat-like fragrances. This is the other one that my lovely friend Liz gifted me, and I am so grateful. The extrait version of Baccarat Rouge 540. And so therefore I'm able to move the dupes out. Thank you, girl, for sponsoring me and getting the original. I really appreciate you, and I will always think of you when I wear that fragrance. Over here in the amber corner, I've worn some of these recently. I'm going to pull out Hail Bop because it just never fails. This has been likened a little bit to Le Lion from Chanel. I haven't tried that one, and so I can neither confirm nor deny that. And some people relate this to Shalimar. I don't feel like it's Shalimar-esque. It has some tones of Shalimar, but this is so beautiful, sophisticated. This also has, so delightful, cinnamon and some citrus at the top, and it's a heavy vanilla amber fragrance, and it's just one of the most glorious, like, special occasion fragrances. And y'all, every day is a special occasion, so I'm gonna wear it. I'm going to pull out gold incense. I have really been scrutinizing this Carolina Herrera collection, and I've sold a few of these that I am no longer wearing, not because they're not beautiful, because the entire collection is just magnificent, but because I went crazy at one point and just purchased a whole bunch of these thinking I would want the whole line, and I'm just more in a curating mode these days where I'm wanting to make sure that fragrances are ones that I personally feel like align to me, match me, and aren't just on my shelf because they're part of the overall collection. There's still some like that. But anyway, so I'm going to pull out gold incense. Oh, and I have my little tobaccos back there too. I'm down to 3 tobacco forward fragrances. I have not pulled for Gris Charnel. Ooh, I'm going to have a few BDKs then on the tray. This is sandalwood, and I think it's fig and tea. Yeah, and it's really, really good. Gosh, that's so good. Somebody told me to layer this. Was it with Blanche Bette? Who out there said that? One of y'all did. I don't remember. Maybe I should try that. And let's give Chinatown a spin. It is the season for me where this fragrance really shines. This also has, is it cinnamon? But definitely cardamom. That's one of the notes. And it has sandalwood and tuberose and I feel like I want to say peach or one of those kind of fruity stone fruit type of notes. This is so beautiful. A little bit incensey for me, even though that's not a note that's listed. And one of my favorites from Bond Number 9 and in my top 10 for life. And then down here among the leathers and the woody fragrances. This is one of the last remaining dupes in my collection. I've talked about how I'm wanting to move away from dupes and just buy original these days for personal reasons. I don't knock dupes, and I'm still in favor of people getting them if that's what you like. And in some cases, that is what people are able to afford. I have absolutely zero issues with it. Just for myself, I'm going to be leaning more in the direction of originals. So I have this one, which is an Oud for Glory dupe. And I really would like the original. No, excuse me. The dupe is called Oud for Glory. The original is Oud for Greatness from an issue, and I would like to go ahead and get that bottle at some point this winter as well. I have not worn, I just went ahead and put it on the shelf. This didn't even go on the new fragrance tray for me to try out. This is Rialto from Gritti, and it's oud and is it mango? Yeah. Oud and mango, and it's supposed to be super strong. I tried it, but I haven't done like a full day wear, so let's put that on the tray. Let's go on and give Blue Heart a whirl. Coconut, I think there's saffron. Is that right? I haven't looked at the notes in this for a while, but I know that it's deep and strong and is really unisex. So I want to kind of give this a good wear and see what I think of it. I have sampled it several times. Ooh, we are really, really cutting it close here, y'all. I'm not even done going through the shelves. It's like Jenga, or no, more like Tetris, like a game of Tetris. Like what fits where? Ooh-wee. Some of these are hanging off of the edges. This was not good. Oh, wait, we got some room back here. Y'all squeeze in. Squeeze in and make room for your Your fragrance friends. Oh my gosh, we really don't have room for much more, so let's go see. This is the shelf of easy reach fragrances of different varieties, some woody ones, some deeper ones that have some maybe like vanilla or gourmand tones to them, and then the ones that have floral tones over here. I did want to share that I finally, after much deliberation, picked up a bottle of another 13. Thank you to those of us. Thank you to those of you that shared that it was out on Costco. That's where I got it. In fact, when I went to Costco, it was sold out. So I had to go back and wait for it to show up. And it did. And I'm glad that I waited. What's going on to the tray? Let me cheat and find something that's like skinny and easy to put among the others so I can fit as many on as possible. My scent of the day is this one, Tilia. And it's beautiful. Linden blossom, smells like a dryer sheet plus linden blossom, and just smells really, really great in the air. You know what? Let me pull for Little Miss Monguerlon. This is, I think, the EDT version that has the silver band on it. And I love her. I love her. One fragrance I did not wear this summer that is an absolute love is this ginger essence. She will fit nicely and easily among some of those other bottles. If you're not familiar with this fragrance, it is made by Origins and it comes with, no, excuse me, it doesn't come with. I always say that and that's not the case. You can also buy a body souffle. It's heavy on the ginger. It also has other citruses. I believe it's lemon and lime in the fragrance, but I mostly just get this beautiful, light, airy, wispy, very whimsical, gingery fragrance that makes you feel so pretty and light and bright and fresh and young. And so we're going to go with this one and Monguerlon from the show. See, watch this. Watch. Let me see. Let's see how this, this is going to slip right in there. Very discreetly. Very mindful, very demure, very discreet. Y'all can't take me nowhere. Let's see. How about you? Will you fit discreetly somewhere? What else do I have to rearrange? These are some fat bottles that I chose this month. Maybe that's part of the dang problem. Problem is, I have not gone to the shelves that have new fragrances on them. And by the way, here are a couple. I did end up getting the Voce Viva Intensa, is what it's called. Oh my gosh, beautiful floral citrusy fragrance with a very soft, elegant vanilla in the base. I picked up Divine Moon by Tory Burch. This one has like this honeyed floral deal going on that's really nice, and it's like a thin textured honey floral, almost kind of like Moon Glory, same kind of vibe like from the Harmonist, except a little bit thinner and lighter wearing, but very sort of fresh and beautiful at the same time. This one is not new, but I just couldn't fit it back on the shelf, so it's here in like the holding tank. I recently did wear this Vanille 12 or Midday or whatever, Vanille Noon, and it's gorgeous from Francesca Del Oro. This is very similar to like Gentle Fluidity Gold, except it has this fruit nuance. I believe it's a pear note that gives it this fruity brightness that's beautiful. And then, y'all, I got the Pointy Booby Jean-Paul Gaultier Divine. Oh, Jackie in Arkansas, I'm blaming this one on you too. She recommended this one, and it is beautiful, airy, beachy, floral, bright, very sort of a whimsical fragrance. And then off of this tray, I really want to choose heavy cream, but we don't have space on the tray for heavy cream, so I'll just sneak in aware of that on a different day. I really want to give one of these Tumi fragrances another wear. I purchased, which one? Signature on my own, and it is gorgeous. This one. It smells like a more, almost like an updated take of Creed Aventus for Her, with a little bit more, even more freshness added in. It's really quite beautiful. But let me give Utopia a go. This one actually is giving me vibes, now that I think about it, of like a lighter, airier version of this heavy cream. It's got that same sort of cloud-like feeling with vanilla. I think there's a little sort of slight hint of a clean floral nature to this. This is really pretty and very light. So let me see if I can fit that on. And then it's also a good season for La Libella. This one is very heavy on a deep vanilla in the base, and it's got bright florals at the top. A little bit of light freshness here in La Libella, but it also is grounded by that very feminine, soft, easygoing vanilla. God be with me as I try to stuff these onto the tray. Let's see how we're going to figure this out. I did it, but friends, that's not all. But wait, for the low price of $9.99 a month, there's more. I'm going to continue to test out some fragrances with the travel sprays. One is called One More from Francesca Del Oro, the same company that makes this beautiful Vanille 12. This one is a rose forward fragrance, and it's just got this softness to it and delicate nature that I really want to test out because I am considering a bottle of it, but want to make sure it's something I'm going to truly enjoy. Look at this. Look at this. Look, 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 look. Will you look at this? It's falling off of the edge. Oh. And then the other is Jadoub or Jadob. Somebody tell us how to say this. Jadob from Mind Games. I am traveling here in October. I've got probably 4 days of travel or so, maybe 5. And so I'm going to end up taking with me, these are work events. You know, I don't want to be offending my colleagues. I like to smell good, but not be having people wonder why I put so much perfume on. So I'm going to wear another 13. I'm going to decant that into like a travel spray and take that with me because I know that one smells good in the air to other people, but is light and inoffensive in many ways. And I'm going to take the new, the one in the yellow bottle, the Gucci Gorgeous Orchid. Is that what it's called? Vanilla Orchid or just Orchid, that has the airy vanilla in it. I think that's a great one to take as well. And I don't know what else, maybe Tory Burch Electric Sky, which is another very clean fragrance. And I may also take Soleil Neige, my travel spray of Tom Ford Soleil Neige, because that is a crowd pleaser. People love that. Ooh, and Pear Ink from Juliet Has a Gun. Gosh, it's going to be hard to decide what to take. But anyway, here is my overstuffed fragrance tray for the next, I should probably just call it an October, maybe October, early November tray. Let's do that. Okay, like the next 6 weeks or so. That doesn't mean this is all I'm going to wear, but I'm going to try to reach for these first. And, you know, on occasion, I may be wanting to wear something else, you know. Maybe the pointy boobies will be worn this month. Who knows? We shall see. Okay, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Thank you for hanging out with me. Take care. Bye.